Joining me now is Joel Rubin, a former Assistant Deputy Secretary of State and the President of the Washington Strategy Group. Joel, thanks for being here.
Great to be with you, Derek.
Yeah, so there's no question the crisis in Venezuela is intensifying. Shipments of humanitarian aid still being blocked. Citizens are desperate. Will Vice President Pence's visit to the region have any real impact, you think?
I do think it has an impact in terms of continuing to demonstrate that there is real American resolve and pressure on this situation. And it also ensures that our allies understand that we are committed. But the danger here is that the vice president may be overstepping where the allies are. And in a sense, by saying all options are on the table, leaving the impression that the United States is getting closer to military action, which our allies do not support. So there's a bit of a risk here in this visit, but clearly it's important for the United States to stay engaged as it has been and continue to show that it is very concerned about this situation.
You know, over the weekend, in the middle of all the deadly violence, we saw some Venezuelan police actually lay down their arms and turn against the Maduro regime. Is that a sign that the tide might be turning in the crisis?
Well, it's a mixed sign because there were also killings and shots fired at the crowd. So really the dynamic here is unpredictable, and the pressure that is coming externally is looking for internal pressure to help turn the military against Maduro. But we have to also be aware that there are significant pressures keeping Maduro in power. There are 300,000 armed forces, members of the armed forces there in Venezuela, and it's not clear how this can unfold. And Latin America has a long, bloody history of violent civil wars, and the danger of having this spill out without clear lines is that it could just continue. We've seen that happen in Syria. We've seen it happen elsewhere.
But Maduro has maintained that the country doesn't need any aid. No handouts is how he put it, and expressed concern that aid shipments are just a cover for the U.S. to try and infiltrate the country, overthrow his government. Is that paranoia or a real possibility?
Well, it certainly feeds to his narrative that we're having, from his perspective, we're having external invasion. We're having the gringos, the Americans, come in and through a Trojan horse tactic like aid, trying to undermine us. But the truth of the matter is that millions of Venezuelans have fled the country because of impoverishment, because of lack of food, because of a desperate situation there. So Maduro, he hasn't demonstrated a real concern for his own countrymen and women, and he's using aid as a political argument rather than accepting aid and, frankly, accepting responsibility for taking care of his population.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully we see an end to the conflict soon, one way or another. Joel Rubin, president of the Washington Strategy Group, thanks for being here.